Yeah, so very good evening, one and all. A big hi for all faculties and all lecturers who like attended today's third day of FDP. So let me just start with my intro. Yes, so today is all about the AI tools and more productivity over educations and as well as learners. So how actually the AI tools are more into in terms of productivity levels going to improve and also in teaching and educators going to get more helpful and using of AI tools. So let's dive into the today's whole session. So I'll just start with a simple PPT. I'll just share my PPT. Yes. So I hope everyone can like see my screen. Please let me in the chat box. Please keep it yes in the chat box. Yes. Yeah. Thank you all for confirming. So let's start understanding. So what is the resolution and what is the like teaching methods that you can just have more in terms of like AI tools that you are going on with in terms of with the trend of 2025 till 2030. So what are the trends that you're going to enhance over with our AI tools and what are the productivity levels that are going to increase over with the AI tools? Not only like ChatGPT, not only like Perplexity. So what more than this ChatGPT and Perplexity? So what are the more things that you're going to have to enhance our productivity in terms of teaching, in terms of research, in terms of making all things together? Or if you want to like do some research and we're like not having enough time for it, and do we can make it all our content in a simple podcast or listen while are going on to the homes or listen while are going on to the colleges like that. So how to do the podcast directly? What are the changes that you want to make it? Right. So yes. So that is all about. Let's dive into this next slide. So the transformation potentials of AI in learning and works that you're going to get like personalized learning path. First thing is like personalized learning path that you're going to enhance, and also intelligent content creation. So just a simple prompt. So basically in terms of all the AI tools where we're going to going in depth with the conversation with the a simple AI chatbot. So for this conversation we need to have a good content creation where we have to give it like proper prompt, then only the AI tool can easily get our all the information, right? And also here enhanced research capabilities. So enhanced research capabilities, so we want to do more in terms of research, we want to do more in terms of like quick information we require, or we need to just check all these details in a couple of seconds. So right, so that is all about the research and everything will take care in terms of AI tools. So coming up next is productivity gains. So if we want to research, we want to prepare for a paper publishing and everything like that. So what it enhances more in terms of paper publishing. So if we have to like sit down for many days, we have to do research, we have to make sure get our all papers should be checked, and we have to just go through the in between the lines and start understanding what actually the block diagram is, what actually the architecture they build it, and what are the conclusions they have just gone go through with, and what are the citations they have just given, and what are the research links or references links they have just kept, and is the references link would be suitable for us. It can be like more than 20, 30, 40 references link that we have to always go through with. For that also we have a good AI tool right now, so we can just go in depth with. That is all about like research rabbit. We'll just dive into the that AI tool in couple of minutes, right? So that is all about the transformative potential of AI in learnings and works. Coming next slide, just we're going to just start it up with the chat gpt. So how to use chat gpt, how to log in with the chat gpt, so what are the models that we have to track in terms of chat gpt, like that. So that is all about. So let me just share my screen. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible now. Please let me know in the chat box. So there's a So I think now my voice is also like clear. Please let me know in the chat box. Echo is there. Okay. Yeah. And please let me know that is my screen is visible right now and my voice is clear. Yes. Thank you so much. So here, so this is all about the chat gpt. So let's start opening with the chat gpt, introduction of chat gpt. Any link we can just go with that link in terms of try chat gpt, right? Let's click on chat gpt. It is not just like a simple AI tool. So first we have to just log in with the chat gpt website. Just clicking on Google, just give your mail IDs, personal mail IDs for the login. It directly logs in with. I'm just clicking it not now. Yes. So this is all about the interface of your chat GPT. So what to write it down. So how to create like new chat, how to like check out the libraries for whatever the images that you're just sharing over there. If you want to like check that image in terms of data flow, in terms of the technology that you have used, in terms of anything, any related images that you want to just use it over the chat gpt, just copy the in from the google and paste it to the chat gpt and start searching. Give it a proper prompt to the chat gpt in terms of text format, so the text is your prompt, right? So now you can just start writing it down with the simple text. Hey, I'm just writing it as like, hey, how are you? I'm just writing a simple prompt, just saying that, hey, how are you? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? What's on your mind today? So it's like asking like that, like how, what's on your mind today? So now I'll just start writing it down. If you're like, irrespective of the departments, irrespective of the colleges and everything, I just want to like keep it simple, saying that what can we write it down. So I'm just start writing about what is an AI. So it's going to start giving us a simple data what actually an AI is. So it's giving us in terms of a generic question. With that generic question, with the generic prompt, you can say with the generic prompt, it is trying to give a basic definition and trying to understand in bullet points. So what actually AI can do, and what the types of AI can do is, what are the types of AI? Like narrow AI we have, general AI we have, super intelligence AI we have, like that. So how AI works? So how AI works is simple, saying that at the high level language, or in terms of like high level, the creation of machine learning language, and especially in terms of deep learning. So that is all about your AIs. Yes, so that's all about the content it has been given. So can just not only just ask query, let's start asking like what is the future of AI, and what trends you can see in next 2060 or like 2070. Or if I like ask for the future generation, so what would be the next AI that you can actually see? So if we just start asking about these type of questionnaires, so it's trying to give us, yeah, of course I'll just try to repeat the prompt. Is my screen is visible, everyone? Please let me know in the chat box. Most of the people are like saying that screen is not visible. Yep, correct. Thank you so much. Yeah. So the prompt I've just given is what is an AI, and what is the future of an AI, and also what trends we can see in next 2060. So this is the prompt. I'm just trying to understand what actually the AI is. So AI is nothing but like what is artificial intelligence. Just again start telling us the definition of AI and giving in terms of like proper bullet points. And then next, what is the future of AI? So the future of AI start telling that superhuman performance in narrow fields. So where in that in terms of medical diagnostics, weather predictions, and logistics, it's trying to understand what actually AI is in terms of in different types of sectors. Right. And coming next is autonomous agents. So what actually autonomous agents, what actually AI can do? So in terms of collaborating with humans in terms of music, films, writing designs, and also even scientific discoveries. For example, even though we are like going on with the trends of films and everything, so here the most of the musicians, most of the directors, everyone are trying AI to create new music or create good number of the songs and everything, right? So that is all about the AI is going on with the trend. And human AI synthesis. So this is like all about like the neural links that are going to in terms of like trend that you have to go with human AI in terms of brain computer interfaces, that is neural links. So in the coming next 2060s or in coming next 2070s, we have to always understand that not only just specs, not only just spectacles or like glasses that you're just wearing toward the eyes, but also we can easily enhance over a simple chip that will be connected to your brain and start understanding what actually AI can go around our things, right? So in this way, so trends we can see in 2060s. So robots are everywhere. Healthcare, biotechs, smart cities that you can actually see. And in terms of education, personalized AI education, where the tutors for every children's lifelong learning assistance. So it is like purely for every children or like every student can easily understand that they have their own personal assistants. If we have like lecturers, if you like more amount of like trend that we're going on with the in terms of AI, in terms of like personal assistance, so that we have to create it and give it to the students so they can easily use it for their moreover the understandings, right? If we create some good number of PDFs, if we create some good number of content, so that content is directly shared to the students over, they can learn, they can easily grab that data from anywhere they are from, right? So in that way, the education sectors are going on with the trend, right? And what about like neuro interfaces? What about like jobs? What about like global coordinations? everything like detailed it has been giving according to the prompt. I'm just trying to give it over ChatGPT, right? So that is all about like how actually it is going to enhance in terms of ChatGPT, right? So and it can generate content, and it can give us a proper draft emails, and can create our lesson plans. So for example, if I'm just trying to understand, so do we have a workshop? So for example, are we are the people trying to give it like a proper workshops, right? For the workshops or for giving the lessons or for the students, so they're like only 40 days we have. I have to cover this 40 days with this given topics. So what would be my outcome, or what would be my outcome for the students that I'm going to give it for the students, like that. And make sure using for like in terms of brainstorming and idea generations, like that, and leveraging over in terms of interactive Q&A sessions with the students, right? This everything can be done over ChatGPT. Let's try it out with a simple drafting a mail. So let me just give it a simple intro of drafting a simple mail. So we are the people trying to understand creating a proper a hackathon or like workshop where we want to like send drafts, or we want to send mails for a number of people over the students or over many people, right? So let me just check it out. The Wi-Fi, yeah, everything is good. Is my screen is visible? Please let me know in the chat box, everyone. Yes. Someone says like screen got freeze. Is my screen is visible? Yes. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Yes. So let's start with giving a simple draft. So draft a mail. So first, draft an email telling that. So we always write what the AI should do. So the first thing is in the prompt generation or the prompt creation, we just start what actually the AI should do, what actually the prompt that we're trying to give. Right. First, draft a email for a concerned person. The concerned person is, it's up to us. Are we giving for the all over the India, or are we giving for the over the college, or are we giving for any specific person? So this is like I'm just giving for giving it as a concerned person. So telling that we are conducting a 24 hours of hackathon on generative AI. So I'm just giving a simple telling that conducting a 24 hours of hackathon on generative AI, and simple selling that like generative AI masterclass. I'm just writing it as generative AI master, or like generative AI master. I can just write it down because it is like a hackathon. It is not just like a masterclass. It is also like a hackathon. So I'm just telling that we're like conducting a 24 hours of hackathon on generative AI master. So here we have to mention. So what's the time is like date and time. Date is on. Let me just keep it like 26th of 6 or 2025, and time is all about starts at 10 a.m. Like this basic details you always have to give it, and the concerned person also will just write it down. It can be principals, HODs, and college management. So I'm just writing in terms of like concerned persons, in terms of principals, HODs, and college management. I'm writing it down. So that is all about like the date and time just as mentioned, and the venue. Venue is all about like, and as of now I'm just writing it as in terms of Brainovision. I'm just writing it as the location is like in terms of Brainovision Solutions Private India Private Limited. Hyderabad. So that is like venue. I'm just writing it down. So here we have just mentioned all about our data. So our data is given. So first, my query is in terms of draft a email. So for this given data, right now I can write as some specific points telling that. Uh, Let me just write it down in terms of add more points in the content about what's the trend of generative AI and how actually it useful for the students and what outcomes they intake. Like this is like a simple add-on points. I can say like it's like not more point, like add-on points. So I'm just trying to write it down here. So it understands the content, it creates the draft of email, and it adding of additional points, it takes this additional points and try to include in the given content. I'm just clicking on hit button, enter. That's it. So with this, it is going to create a beautiful email for the concern. Right, you can able to see here. So slash madam. So telling that greetings from Brainovision India Private Limited. We're excited to inform that Brainovision is organizing of or like a 24 hours of hackathon on generative AI master. So here it's going to be like hands-on experience that you're going to take care and empowering students with the future of AI. So the event details and everything is given. It is all about 24 hours non-stop innovation and everything is given why generative AI is we're going to use and what are the benefits of students and expected learning outcomes like that. And we are requested to like encourage participants from the students and faculties to make sure get their transformative events and make sure if you want to like nominate participants or need further information, feel free to contact us. Like everything, it is not only just drafting a simple data, but also it is trying to suggest in a way that so they can easily attend that over hackathon, right? And it is like giving at the end warm regards also it is trying to understand. So this in terms of like email ID contact, this is like not given in the our prompt. So that is the reason is just giving in terms of blank content. So where we have to like add it down. Right, in this way, like now it is trying to ask, would you like to generate a printable PDF version for this distribution? Is it that so good enough? Right. So it is trying to give us in terms of very proper manner and is also trying to convert into PDF format. Right. It is also trying to convert into PDF format, trying to give it us in such manner. Right. So that is all about a simple drafting an email. And not only this, we have like many things going on further. And creating lesson plans and also brainstorming and idea generation. So if I give it like creating a proper lesson plan, it is also trying to give us a proper lesson plan. So if I just say, hey, I'm teaching Python class where I have only 20 days to cover all the topics. So can you create a lesson plan more useful for the students and grasp the knowledge as much as they can? Like this is a simple prompt. I'm just trying to give it for the ChatGPT, telling that I have I'm teaching like Python class where I have only 20 days to cover all these topics. So because the end of the semester, I just want to like give it in all these details. So which topics would be moreover, I can just say it like in advanced Python, because if I like don't give it like advanced Python, it is goes with again with the basic Python language, right? So let me just give it enter. It's going to create a good lesson plan for 20 days. So it is assuming that I'm just not giving any I'm just said that only 20 days. For every class, we're gonna have at least like 1 hour or like 1.5 hour class, or at least 40 minutes of class, of course. So it assumes like 1.5 to 2 hours of class per each and every day. So the format is like 70% of concept and 30% of coding exercises. It is going to create us. And what tools we have to use in terms of Jupyter Notebook, in terms of or VS Code, or in terms of like GitHub, what type of tools it's gonna use, right? I created like week one, like core concepts of OOPS and everything, because I've just given the advanced Python. It's going to recap the basic fundamentals in terms of functionings, scopings, and decorators and everything, and iterators and generators are going to take care, and advanced data structures in terms of collections, dequeues, and default decks, like that. Like it is trying to create a beautiful lesson plan, and if required in terms of what timeline, and I have only like 40 minutes, so what concept I can like close it with my 40 minutes of time for every day. So what topics would be like more useful in every day in terms of every 1 hour or like 40 minutes? Of course, it saves all the conversation. The one thing that you have to make sure to do is first log in with your Google account. Then it trying to saves all the conversation once you close the website, right? So it saves all the conversations. So that is all about. So correct. So yes. So that is all about your week one, week two, week three, and week four. It start creating all this data, and optionals. It trying to advance add-ons. It is if you have little bit of time in terms of 2 to 3 days after 20 days, it is trying to understand us what the things that you have to uh, learn more in terms of advanced Python, working on SQL, working on Python in Excel, or working on with the coroutines like that. And also final deliveries for the students, one major project that we have to always give it, and one GitHub repository, and weekly coding assessments, and daily notebooks for the code sprints. So that is all about. How can I get back that saved content? So of course, like I'm just closing it down. So I'm just creating the new tab. I'm just closing my chat GPT. Right, I'm just closing my chat GPT. Now it is done. So if I click it like again chat GPT, if I open it again back to the chat GPT, again opening the first link, introduction of chat GPT, try chat GPT. That's it. Now you're again with the chat GPT. First thing that I just asked about the how are you, and intern assessment tasks. So this is like simple. How are you is like simple. You can able to see here. So everything, whatever the things that I just written just now in terms of prompt and everything. Hey, how are you? What is an AI? And what is the future of AI? Like that. And what are the trends of AI? And everything can able to see here. So that is all about like ChatGPT. So coming next, we're gonna have is how to delete our saved data in chat. Yeah, it is like very simple. As logging ChatGPT will save our data. No. It is like purely a simple the test that we are doing it down. Without logging, it cannot save the data. Right? How to delete it? Like simple. Just we have to click it down. You can actually delete over here, or you can directly archive. Archive is nothing but going to save in the backend of your ChatGPT. Whenever you require, you can just click on the archive data and you can just get it. Of course, in the Google, it is saved in the terms of like ChatGPT, of course, but in any way, it's going to save it. But the backend always we have to get it down. It is safe to upload our data. Of course, it is safe because until and unless our logins is there, the thing is that we have to always go to the settings. If we are uploading anything like our images, for example, previously it was like Ghibli trend was like there. So everyone like trying to upload our own images, right? So where that trend would be like, it went very extent telling that lots of images will be saved for the ChatGPT, whereas the OpenAI they have used in terms of for the machine learning trainings, right? Our images went to the machine learning trainings. Whenever they want in terms of training purposes, they're going to use it our data. For that reason, also we have like more settings. So just click on this, click on settings. We have personalized. Let me just data controls. In the data controls, we can just go with lots of data. Like for example, in the data controls, you can go with, we can just close this, improve the model for everyone, you can close this, or even though we can go with shared links or like archived links, like that. In the security we have many things, or connected apps. If you want to connect with our Google account, if you want to go with the Microsoft Drive one, you can connect with that. Or in the general, we have a simple what theme that you require, like system theme, or what language that you want to speak it down, or what language that you require, like that. Let me just share with sound. Yeah, I hope everyone can listen sound right now. So we can just see here. So if it like speaking in the language of like auto detect, which is nothing but your English, and it can play.
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running. So if there's anything you'd like me to focus on first, just let me know.
Well, like that. So if you want to like change the pitch, if you want to change the like breeze, like something like that. So you can like change
Hey, it's great to
the
meet you.
sound.
How's your day going? I'm really looking forward to working on some cool stuff together.
If I'm like changing it to Telugu or like something Hindi or something like that, you're going to change the whole pitch of the language and everything. Right. Let me just change it to proper Telugu. Let me find it out. Maybe where it is. Yeah, I can go with Hindi or else. Yeah.
हेलो, आपसे मिलकर बहुत अच्छा लगा। आपका दिन कैसा चल रहा है? मैं वाकई में कुछ बेहतरीन चीजों पर एक साथ काम करने के लिए उत्सुक हूँ।
Like that. So it's going to understand all languages. It's going to speak with all languages. If I just talk with Telugu with my proper Telugu language, it start understanding. So how to use it? So for example, use voice mode. For example, I'm just trying about use voice mode. If I click it on voice mode, it start understanding all my voices and start giving me in terms of the responses in terms of Telugu, English also. సో లెట్స్ సి ఈరోజు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడదామా.
మీరేమి చెప్పాలనుకున్నారో నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. మీరు కొంచెం వివరంగా చెప్పగలరా?
See, it is like saying all this my Telugu language and it's responding in terms of Telugu language, telling that it doesn't understanding anything. So ఈరోజు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడుకుందామా.
అవును, నేను ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడొచ్చు. మీరు మాట్లాడారా?
ఓకే, నాకు ఏఐ అంటే ఏంటో తెలీదు, నాకు ఏఐ వివరంగా చెప్తారా.
బాగుంది. AI అంటే ఆర్టిషియన్స్. ఇది మానవ మేధా సామర్థ్యాన్ని అనుకరించే కంప్యూటర్ సిస్టమ్స్ ని ఉద్దేశిస్తుంది. AI దృష్టిలో కంప్యూటర్స్ మరియు సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ప్రోగ్రాములు సిద్ధాంతాలు నేర్చుకోవడం, అర్థం చేసుకోవడం, నిర్ణయాలు తీసుకోవడం లాంటి పనులు చేస్తాయి. AI ఫస్ట్ జనరేటివ్ AI కొత్త విషయాలు సృష్టించే AI ఉదా ChatGPT, DALL-E ఇలా వస్తువులు, కోడ్లు, కవితలు సృష్టించడం. మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ డేటాను ఆధారంగా ఏదైనా సొల్యూషన్ లేదా నిర్ణయాలు తీసుకునే సామర్థ్యం. 3 డీప్ లెర్నింగ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ యొక్క ఒక శక్తివంతమైన ఇది
See, like
శక్తివంతమైన
this, it's going to
న్యూరల్
try to give
నెట్వర్క్ను
us all this
ఉపయోగిస్తుంది.
data in terms of
మీకు ఇంకా
Telugu.
ఏదైనా
It
స్పష్టంగా
was also
తెలియాలి
not
ఉందా?
only like giving all this information, but also it saves in Telugu format. So now you can able to see whenever I just talked about like in terms of Hindi, it's like taken in terms of Hindi. When I'm just talking about like Telugu, it is taking all the data in Telugu and trying to save in terms of Telugu itself. Right. So in this way, it is trying to give us a simple Telugu versions of whatever the AI, if I asking about like what actually the thing is and everything like that. So that is all about like ChatGPT. Let's dive into some other tool. So it was like very let's connect with like other tool, Google AI Studio. So the second tool is nothing but our Google AI Studio. Let's open it up. Yeah, let's open it up with Google AI Studio. So I'm just opening my Google AI Studio. So this is how it's going to works it out. So what actually Google AI Studio is, what actually we can do with Google AI Studio. So previously it was like ChatGPT, we were like giving all the trends, we get like giving all the prompts and everything. It is trying to get our output. That is well and good. But what if I'm doing some good number of works, if I'm like working on with my research, I'm open my laptop, I'm working on my research. If we have a good AI friend, for example, in terms of someone is watching us, in terms of whenever I'm just sharing my screen. So if I get any doubt, so I can't able to ask directly to my friend. I can't able to ask directly to my. I have to open my WhatsApp group and everything would be taken care. Right. So, but now there is like option called stream. Yes, now there is an option called stream. You can talk, you can like open your web camera, and also you can share your screen. So sharing the screen is all about whatever the research that we are doing, whatever the answer that we are trying to get it out. That will answer it out with the Gemini AI. So this is all about like Google AI Studio. It is all about. So let me just share my screen first. So let me just share my screen. Yes. So now you can able to see here, I've just shared my screen and it's trying to understand what I'm just talking it down. So you can able to see it is recording everything.
Yes, I can see your screen now.
Yes. Thank you so much. So whenever just open with my new tab, could you able to see what actually in the new tab is? What is there in the new tab?
Based on what you said and what I see on your screen, it sounds like you're trying to figure out how to stop sharing your screen. You should be able to. The new tab just shows the Google search page. It has the Google logo, a search bar, and some common search kits, like Google Apps and a web store button.
So can you just tell me what I'm just shared right now? What is happening with my laptop? Can you just check it out?
Yes, I can see the search results now. They're about the Internet of Things, IoT, with definitions from places like TechTarget and Wikipedia.
Can you just read it out?
Sure. The AI overview says the Internet of Things, IoT, refers to the network of physical objects, things, embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies that enable them to connect and exchange data with other devices and systems over the Internet. These things can range from everyday household objects to sophisticated industrial tools, all connected and communicating with each other to collect and share data.
Okay, got it. So can you just tell me, to learn IoT, what are the things you have to just go with the IoT?
To learn about IoT, it's helpful to understand some key areas. You might want to look into sensors and actuators, how devices connect, the basics of data processing and storage, and the platforms used to manage these systems. Also, security is a really important part of IoT.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me know if you have any other questions.
So like this. So whenever I'm just talking about for the Google AI Studio, when I'm just shared my screen, it is trying to understand each and everything what is happening with my screen, and is I'm trying to open my new tab, or is I'm trying to whatever the things I'm just searching it down. It is trying to understand each and every the step I'm taking with my cursor, and it is trying to give what are the questions that you are raising it down. So that is all about the Google AI Studio, the stream feature is. And you can go with chat if you want any queries. If you have any queries in terms of you want to go with chat, or you want to go with in terms of a streaming pattern, or you want to just generate an image. So generate an image is all about like exploring models and creating good images. So you can able to see here like lots of images, lots of GIF and everything what shared like that. Yes, so that is all about the generating of images. And if you want to build something, or you want to get it like you're trying to create a good number of coding, or you're trying to get proper it down, where yes. So that is all about. So it's like trying to build and everything. So can I use Telugu language to share that? It is like giving as of now. It is like trying to understand in terms of English. So let's try it out with Telugu. Let me share my screen. Yes. Now it is trying to understand. Let's talk in Telugu. Can you just tell me what is in the screen? Yeah, I'm just opening out with the new tab. Can you just let me know what is there in my new tab?
The new tab has a search result page for the Internet of Things, or IoT.
Okay, can you tell me in Telugu?
మరి ఐఓటీ అంటే నెట్వర్క్స్ ద్వారా కనెక్ట్ అయిన ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ డివైసెస్, సెన్సర్స్, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ వీటి మధ్య డేటా ఎక్స్చేంజ్ చేసుకోవడం. ఇది ఈ రోజు జీవితంలో చాలా ముఖ్యమైపోయింది.
Yes, now it can record everything in Telugu also. So now you
మీరిప్పుడు
can
గూగుల్
try
ఏఐ
to
స్టూడియో
understand
పేజ్లో ఉన్నారు.
in the Telugu.
అక్కడ మీకు స్ట్రీమ్ రియల్ టైమ్, చాట్, జనరేట్ మీడియా, బిల్డ్
So
మరియు హిస్టరీ లాంటి ఆప్షన్స్ కనిపిస్తున్నాయి.
so this is like a simple streaming platform. It is like beautiful, and also it is like a best friend. We can say for our all our works, whatever the works that we're trying to do, and it can suggest us. It can give us good content, and it can give us all about what are the changes that you have to do, what are the suggestions that you're going to take care. Instead of like asking for the like most of the case, like everyone are busy like asking for the other way, is like asking for the chat GPT as a friend, like sharing the screen and just asking, is it okay, or do I have to change anything, or is it the changes is okay or not, like that. So in that way we can just go ahead with the streaming platform in Google AI Studio. Let's coming up with the next tool, that is Notebook LM. So let me just share it with the Notebook LM. So this is like the proper I can say it is like the god of like Notebook LM for researchers. So this is all about like the Notebook LM. So it is simple. Type Notebook LM. So in the Google, you have to type it down as Notebook LM. So it is like large language models. The Notebook LM is, it is trying to grasp everything in terms of research itself. So we have to give it in terms of URL links, or we have to give it in terms of proper text format, or we have to give it in terms of a simple document, and everything that we have to give it down here. And then it booms, like it researches each and everything and start giving us a proper data for that research. Right, let's check it down. Let's open it up with the Notebook LM. Let's create new notebook. Right, whenever I just click create new notebook, now you can able to see the dialog box can came up. You have to take any type of premium for these services, like generating video, animated, and it's free. So for images, most of the cases it is free, but generating videos, most of the websites are a little bit free. But for more amount of the analysis or more amount of the graphics we require, for that it is premium itself. Right, so like most of the websites or most of the cases, we have like premium websites that everything is there. So that is all about. I'll just show you a single tool where you can find it out, each and every AI tool in that tool itself. I'll just show it to you if possible. Yes, the Google VO3 is all about the trending video generation with audio. Right, Google VO3 is all about not only just video generation, it is trying to create and crisp audio. For example, an owl is trying to pinch a simple stick of that thing, that sound generation also it is trying to give it out. So in that way, the crisp sounds, the crisp music, everything is collaborating with the video and giving as an output. So it is like purely the paid version, the Google VO3. So we have to like pay for some charges that we have to like give it in terms of subscription, and we can use it Google VO3, of course. So that is all about Google VO3. In ChatGPT, that free for animation, no, it's trying to give it in terms of like Sora. Sora is all about like ChatGPT trying to enhance all this data in terms of images, but we can't create in terms of animations. We can create images. In that images, you can convert in terms of animations by using Runway LM. We have like many AI tools for that, of course. Correct. So let's check it out with the Notebook LM. So I'm just trying to upload the resource, or let's try it out with the simple link. Let me just share a simple link over here. Understanding. Let me just give it, for example, let me just give it like a copy text. I'll just paste the text here. Let open ChatGPT. So in that ChatGPT, I'll just try to copy some AI data. So what is actually AI is, what are the future of AI and trends of AI, this everything. So this is all about, let me just copy a little slow. Yes. So I'm just copying this data. So let's paste it in the Notebook LM, insert. So this is a copied data. I'm just trying to give it down. Now it is checking out each and every resource. So let me give it a proper. So what are the current capabilities and foundational technologies of AI? Right, like that. So discover, if I just use discover, now I have to give it like I'm feeling curious about to learn what actually the revolution of AI. Revolution of AI. So let me just submit it down. So it is trying to get all the resources. What are the resources are there in the Google? What are the resources are there in the Yahoo? It is trying to figure it out all the resources and give it us what actually the AI revolution is. Right. It found out 10 resources as of now. I'm trying to import it. And if you want to add manually, we can add it directly from the sources. We want to directly from the YouTube links like that. So now as of now, it is trying to add all these resources. With these resources, it is trying to figure it out what document or what data it is going to get it in terms of in a right. We want to get it in terms of mind map, like what actually the mind map is and everything like that. So that is all about how to extract the content of notebook LM. Of course, I'll just show it to you in a minute. So this is all about the sources that we just got with the given resources. Research all about revolution of AI with the 11 resources. If I just give a simple prompt, now it starts understanding with the 11 resources. And now we can able to see here, there's like another drop down like pop-up is there here, studio. We can just able to see the studio in terms of audio overview. So this is the main concept of your notebook LM. So that is all about, it is going to give it in terms of a proper podcast. So in terms of deep dive conversation. So I just mentioned about in the starting of the session, I just mentioned about we want to like learn all about our researchers. We want to do some research. I will like we don't have any much time about how to understand or how to read it. We don't have like much time to read all this data in a given time, right? So with this data, we want to get it in terms of a simple podcast with 2 way of podcast that it's going to create. I'm just clicking on generate. A simple click that we have to do, clicking on generate. So AI revolution presents and future horizons. So it's trying to give it in terms of 11 resources, how actually the 11 resources are. And I just given in terms of like with the 11 resources, what actually the AI is, the concepts of AI, when did the AI revolution starts, and what is the early 2010s and mid 2010s. Everything is trying to figure it out in terms of AI. It is giving like lots of data. I'll just show you how to download it down. Let's wait for another 2 minutes. Once the conversation is generated, then we are ready to go. So let's have a quick recap until the conversation generated. So previously we just understood in the last couple of minutes and couple of like in 1 hour, we just learned about how actually the ChatGPT going to use, what are the main uses of ChatGPT, and how to use the ChatGPT in terms of drafting a mail, and how to use ChatGPT for the lesson planning, and how to make sure get all these details in terms of ChatGPT AI and generating the content, and also understanding the brainstorming and idea generation over the ChatGPT. Right. In coming next, we have just understood about Google AI Studio. How actually Google AI Studio is going to get all this data in terms of voice recognitions. So we have to just share our screen in terms of stream using this stream thing. Just we have to click down this stream and we have to just ask as a friend, just check me out what is there in my screen and just tell me what are the changes that I have to do and what is there my code is correct or not, or what are the changes that I have to do in my coding and everything. So in that way we have to just have a simple conversation with our AI. So the audio is taking a little bit of time. So we'll just wait for the 2 minutes. So once it is generated, then done. So you can able to see save to note. So it is going to save in terms of notes. So the notes you can actually check it down, or you can directly, yes, you can able to see it's all saved into note and convert to source. I'm just converting to source. The source going to add it up here. Once the source is converted, yeah, so in the Google form, everyone are trying to fill it down. So once you like, if you like filled it, there's like option called edit your response. If you're like done any, if you want to do any changes, if you want to give it like what actually that you want to write it down, right? There's an option called edit your response. You can just click that link. Then you will come back to your Google form. What are the changes that you've just done? You can change it and again submit it down. Yes, now here's the magic. We can just say for the we can, it is like the AI magic. Everyone try to listen it down. It is for like 19 minutes of our whole content, right? So you can able to see. I'm just
Welcome to the deep dive. If you've been online at all, well, really since late 2022, you've probably felt it.
Right.
Artificial intelligence didn't just arrive, it felt like it crash landed.
Absolutely. Like one day chatbots were just these glorified FAQ links, you know.
Exactly. And the next, they're writing job applications, planning your holiday. I mean, even offering comfort after a breakup. It was just this massive leap.
It seemed to come out of nowhere for a lot of people.
Right. But as you said, this overnight thing is built on, well, decades, even centuries of thinking about it.
It absolutely is. A really long history of human curiosity and a lot of hard work.
So that's really our mission in this deep dive. We want to unpack what AI truly is, trace that incredible journey, you know, from ancient dreams to the stuff we see now.
Yeah, look at how it's actually being used across different sectors.
And crucially, get into the ethics, the governance stuff that's shaping where it goes next.
Mm-hmm. The idea is really to equip you, the listener, with a clearer picture. Go beyond the headlines a bit.
And for this, we've pulled together quite a range of sources, haven't we?
We have stuff from the Royal Institution, Physics World, some really in-depth workbooks on AI ethics from the Alan Turing Institute.
Plus, historical bits from places like Geeks for Geeks, ACUE, Wikipedia too.
Yeah, trying to get that well-rounded view.
Okay, so we've all felt that sudden splash AI made recently, but its roots, they go way, way back, millennia, actually.
It's amazing when you look into it. These medieval legends like the Golem or Tarquin.
Yeah.
Artificial beings.
Or even further back, the Greek and Egyptian automata. People genuinely thought these things had minds.
It wasn't just engineering. It was this deep-seated belief, this ambition to, create intelligence.
Which sort of foreshadows where we ended up, doesn't it? Fast forward to 1956, Dartmouth College, that workshop.
Ah, yes. The formal starting point for AI as a research field. You had pioneers like John McCarthy. He actually coined the term artificial intelligence just the year before, in '55.
And they were ambitious. predicting human-level intelligence within a generation.
Incredibly ambitious. And, they had reason for optimism initially. Between 56 and 74,
So yes, so that is all about the two conversation. It is like purely like a podcast that we have to always goes with opening YouTube and trying to understand what actually podcast is going to take care. The like two-way communication going to happen. So if you want to go with like we are like listeners. As of now, the podcast is going on in YouTube or anywhere. We're like only the listeners. Or if you want to like, if you got a simple doubt, if you want to ask it down. So we can't ask directly for the YouTube for the video itself, right? So here we can directly ask here in terms of interactive mode. So interactive mode, it is just like the two hosts are like going on with can directly join in terms of like a beta. So this action will be only function when we have Google Gemini Pro. That is nothing but beta version. So we can directly join in that both conversations. If you have any query, just click as raise your hand and ask your doubt, and boom, that question can be answered by them with the two of the hosts. Right. So that is all about like notebook LM. So make sure everyone got with the notebook LM, or you want to like download it down. So as asked about like documentation, as asked about like conversation, how to download it. Just click on the three dots and just download. That's it. Your podcast is downloaded successfully. Right. So that is all about like notebook LM is. So this is the three the AI tools that we just learned today, and I hope everyone like got good clarity about what actually the AI tool is going to take care and what actually we are here about learning of like AI tools. So I just want to close it with this simple note telling that what are the jobs that are just going on with the easy before it was like not even exist anymore. So previously it was like very easy to do that jobs, or previously it was like very easy for that. Now they're like no, not even exist. So what are the jobs that you want to like very hard, now it is like very easy, right? Now I just like want to just tell about like whatever the jobs was like impossible, so that is all about like now it's little bit of like hard functionality, but we can do it, which is like previously it was like very impossible, now we can do it. So that is all about today's session. So thank you so much for joining everyone. So I just want to like tell you like for each and everyone, I just want to like thank you for joining the session. Yep. Any queries, please let me know in chat box, and try to everyone like try to fill the feedback form if any queries. Yep. Thank you so much, everyone. So the attendance link is shared in the chat. Please everyone check it down. And if it is says that you have given the response, there's like option called edit response in the below itself. We have like edit response. You can go ahead with the edit response and response again. You can edit your own responses. Thank you so much. Oh, next we have like many things. Someone like Manik like asked about like what are the topics that you're going to cover in the during the workshop. We're going to cover previously it was like all about the generic tools that you're going to use in terms of like Google. And the next we have just understood about like AI tools. The like more AI tools going to cover in the next coming up 2 days. And at the last we're going to understand about like the proper Excel with AI, or like AI with Excel or PowerPoints like that. So this everything we're going to like cover in couple of next 2 days. I hope everyone like should be there in that. Thank you so much.